and Muhammad Syami wants to present about financial accounting system. We are from JSC 2205B. Okay, first of all, before we learn more about financial accounting system, we must know the definition. Okay, the definition of financial accounting system is fundamental to achieving appropriate, efficient, and effective spending level of accountability. Okay, we go to the first subtopic, which is features of financial accounting system. So, accounting system must follow government rules and regulations. So all the accounting system must relate to government rules and follow government rules. Okay, all the expenses are classified into budget classification, and it must have clearly identify the objects and purpose for which funds met, either receipt or payment. Okay, we go to the next charts of accounts. So its function is to recording and accounting of expenditure receipt. So coded listing of the accounts must have general ledger. It's represent about all financial data structure of an organization. Okay, thank you.
About accounting for receipt. In this chapter, we will get about accounting for receipt, the process accounting for receipt, and other forms of receipt. Accounting for receipt. A receipt encompasses any income received or earned by the government. Second, treasury calculator calculate from time to time. The third, treasury calculator aim to provide information and amendment, approval estimates, and detailed guidelines on certain procedure. Fourth, this collection of revenue are under the responsibility of controlling officer of public sector organization, particular accounting for cash receipt. This is the responsibilities of a controlling officer. Second, flow chart process. The first one, we must have issuance of receipt. Second, custody of unused receipt. Third, recording of collection. Fourth, lodgement of collection. This is the process for flow chart. The first one is issuance of receipt. Second one is custody on unused receipt. The third one is recording of collection. And fourth, lodgement of collection. So the last content that we can get from this chapter is accounting for other form of receipt. TL64 is about revenue collected in stamp. TL71 explain about revenue received by mail. TL76 explain about revenue received in the form of check. TL77 explain about revenue in the form of legal trade. Other issue in relation with the receipt in TL. TL80, TL81, TL87 and 88, TL89 and TL90. The last for me is about petty cash. Must be used only specified purpose as approved by the head of department. The recording of petty cash transaction must be separated from the main cash book.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Syami, and I will continue about accounting for payment. What is accounting for payment? Actually, accounting for payment is the payment system government agency govern TI from number 92 to 110, which include how and when to record a payment. And then, any outflow of the money are considered as expenditure or payment to the government. And then, standard code are used to ensure government payment is controlled and approved before the payment could be made. And then, this is the payment for purchase. We only cover for services and supplies. First one, authorized officer from purchasing department prepare local order to the supplier. Secondly, the document delivery order and invoice will be submitted to the finance department for the payment. And then accounting officer need to give focus upon which receipt of the report is received from purchasing department. And then the payment method can be by cash, voucher, PT cash, and others transfer. Thank you.
Hi guys, my name is Siti Aisyah binti Abdul Rafiq Ganasan. So today I'm going to present about financial accounting systems. So for your information, there is another subtopic in this topic about vote book. Okay, so what is vote book actually? Vote book is a memorandum accounts book used for monitoring government expenditure and ensuring that there is no extra budgetary spending. It is the duty of every controlling officer to keep a vote book. It is stated in TI 94. So guys, for your information, the accounting system must be complying with federal constitution, statutory and other legal requirements. For instance, TI Treasury Instructions, TC Treasury Circular and also TCL Treasury Circular Letters. In TI 95, it states the need to prepare a vote book, and also in TI 95 also state about the duties of controlling officer. Okay, this vote book is a financial record that must be kept by all government agencies. There are 3 types of expenditure. Each of these expenditure require for a separate vote. For example, vote B, vote P, and also vote T. So in this slide, it shows the format of vote book. There are 3 parts in vote book. Vote part 1, it is in the blue box. Part 2, it is in the red box, and also part 3, it is in the green box. Okay, part 1, it record information. Record vote information. In part 2, it records the increase and decrease in allocation for the year, and in part 3, it records detailed transactions. So this is the meaning of the vote book column. Okay, in part 3 you have, and you must do 11 columns. Okay, because each of these column contain different descriptions. So this is the last slide for this subtopic. Okay, as what you can see in this mind map, we have 12 types of transactions. As what you can see also in the bracket, the number in the bracket, it is not just a number. Okay, it is the columns that affected by these transactions. For example, I'm going to give you one example here. Okay, for example, credit expenditure. Credit expenditure, the columns that affected in this transaction are column 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 10, and also 11. But go deeper to the question, either there is requirement for payment or no requirement for payment. If there is no requirement for payment, so the column that affected is just column 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 10, and also 11. But if there is requirement for payment, so you have to add another column, that is column 8. Okay, so that's all from me.